Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I'm so glad you're here, because today's story is the kind that warms the heart and gets everyone talking. We're taking a closer look at two beloved names from the Turkish screen, Akın and Ebru. You know them for their unforgettable on-screen chemistry and the professionalism they've shown throughout the years. But what has everyone buzzing now is not a set photo or a red carpet moment. It's a quiet, personal gathering that brought their worlds a little closer together. Before we dive in, please remember to like this video, subscribe if you haven't already, and tap the join button below to support the channel. Now, let's get into all the details. From the moment these two first worked together, audiences noticed something rare. An ease in the way they listen, the care in the way they respond, and the grace with which they share space. That comfort has only deepened over time, evolving into a friendship rooted in mutual respect. They've attended premieres, celebrated milestones, and navigated the intensity of long productions without ever turning their connection into a spectacle. And perhaps that's why the most recent development feels so meaningful, a private family visit that, according to people close to the pair, unfolded with warmth, humor, and a genuine sense of welcome. Let's set the scene. Imagine a weekend afternoon when Istanbul feels unhurried. At a home where hospitality is a tradition, Akın's family prepared an intimate table. No press, no styling teams. Just a living room filled with fresh flowers, polished tea glasses, and the sound of quiet conversation drifting in from the kitchen. The guest list was small: immediate relatives, a couple of longtime friends, and of course, the two actors at the center of today's story. This wasn't a flashy introduction. It was the kind of gathering that says, "We want you to feel at home here." What made the atmosphere special was how naturally everyone seemed to settle into each other's company. Family members greeted Ebru as though they already knew her, not through episodes or headlines, but through the way Akın speaks about the people he trusts. She greeted each person in turn, asking questions, remembering names, and offering small compliments that put everyone at ease. Instead of feeling like a formality, the afternoon quickly became what every great get-together should be: a collection of small, sincere moments. The conversation moved easily from topic to topic. There were stories about the set, funny mishaps, scenes that required extra patience, and the little rituals that help actors reset between takes. There were anecdotes from childhood, told with the kind of affection that says family ties are strong even when life gets complicated. At the table there was laughter, especially when elders chimed in to tease the younger generation with affection and pride. Notably, no one tried to turn the afternoon into a press conference. No one asked for a photo. No one pressed for answers about future projects or private plans. Boundaries were clear, and everyone seemed to understand them. Food, as always, played a starring role in building connection. Platters moved from hand to hand: light starters, a home-cooked main dish, and handmade desserts that felt like a celebration in themselves. The details mattered. The way someone replenished Ebru's tea before she asked. The way she instinctively helped clear the plates without making a grand gesture of it. These are the small, thoughtful exchanges that reveal character more than any headline ever could. Observers described Akın as relaxed and attentive, checking in with relatives, making sure everyone had what they needed, but also giving Ebru the space to find her own rhythm with the family. He didn't orchestrate every moment. He simply created room for everyone to be comfortable, and that quiet confidence seemed to set the tone. Bit by bit, the polite formality of first hellos gave way to genuine conversation. By the end of the afternoon, it felt less like a meeting and more like the start of a habit, something that could be repeated without fuss. What does this mean for their friendship? If anything, It suggests a bond sturdy enough to step beyond the work environment. Collaborations come and go, schedules change, scripts end. But friendships that can sit comfortably in a family living room, those connections tend to last. It's not about labels or speculation. It's about whether the people closest to you feel your judgment is sound, your values are steady, and the person at your side reflects those qualities. Let's talk about fan reaction, because you have been part of this story from the beginning. When whispers of the gathering started to circulate, the online conversation was surprisingly gracious. Instead of demanding declarations, many of you simply expressed happiness that to people you admire are surrounded by care and kindness. Messages poured in celebrating the maturity of keeping personal moments private. Some of you said it reminded you that the best relationships, romantic or platonic, are built slowly, away from constant scrutiny. And I think that's a beautiful takeaway. Of course, curiosity is natural. Viewers want to know whether this friendship will shift into something more, whether another project might bring them back to the screen together, or whether this was simply a day that meant a lot to everyone involved. The honest answer right now is that the visit stands on its own. No marketing push, no press release, no overt hints about professional plans. Sometimes the story is exactly what it seems. A thoughtful meeting, a family that opened its doors, and to friends who showed up with humility and respect. There's a deeper layer to this, too. The entertainment world can be relentless. Long hours, high expectations, and constant commentary can strain even the strongest connections. When a friendship survives beyond the end of a series, it tells you that the foundation wasn't a camera lens, it was shared experience, shared effort, and a shared sense of humor about the chaos of set life. Those qualities matter in the real world. They're what turn colleagues into confidants and memories into traditions. The afternoon wrapped up the way all good afternoons should, without any dramatic crescendo. People lingered a little longer than planned. Goodbyes came with promises to meet again, not because the moment needed to be replicated exactly, but because the energy was right. A few hours later, quiet acknowledgments appeared online. A simple thank you here, a discreet heart there. Nothing that turned private time into content, just enough to let those who care know that the day was meaningful. If you're hoping for clues about the future, here's what we can say responsibly. First, both actors continue to evaluate strong scripts and maintain demanding schedules. Second, they have handled public attention with patience and care, consistently choosing kindness over spectacle. And finally, if another joint project were ever to appear, it would likely be because the material truly deserved them, because it challenged them, honored their growth, and gave audiences something new rather than repeating what has already been done. Until then, this moment belongs to the people who were there. It belongs to a family that offered a place at the table, to a guest who returned that generosity with grace, and to two professionals who've shown that the most meaningful connections don't need cameras to exist. Whether you see this as a testament to friendship, a sign of deepening bonds, or simply a lovely chapter in a long story, the message is the same. Sincerity still matters. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Do you think intimate, low-key meetings like this say more than big public gestures? Would you be excited to see them share the screen again? In a completely different genre, maybe a restrained character drama or a thoughtful mystery. Share your ideas in the comments, and let's keep the conversation respectful and warm. Thank you so much for watching and for spending this time with me. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a like, subscribe to the channel for more stories like this, and tap the bell so you never miss an update. If you want to support the channel directly, the join button is right below. Until next time, take good care of yourselves, be kind, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.